Hey guys, it's Mark back with another video. So I got this stable fuel stabilizer. You're supposed to use this like if you're gonna put the car up for anything longer than a month. If you plan on putting your car up and you don't start it or anything like that, they say to use a full tank of gas, keep as much air out of the gas tank as possible. But then here's the other issue you run into. Ford, in their infinite wisdom, gave us a gas cap. You know, anybody that has a Ford understands this don't come with a gas cap. It's got this contraption that you got to use, and you can't just stick a regular funnel in here. Like, you can't get, if it's not at a right width, if it's not at the right width, it's not going to go in and fit in. So they do put a funnel in the trunk. Let me just grab the phone and show you guys the setup here. Hold on real quick. Yeah, so this is what they give you. The one thing I am happy about is this has all that weather guard. It's all WeatherTech protection. I have it in the front seats, on the floors, and it does make a huge difference. It helps a lot. But this is what they give you. There's no spare. They give you some kind of funky like air pump that plugs into your cigarette lighter. I'm going to look more into this and figure out what exactly it does. I don't know if it can repair a flat, because it's got all this stuff on here acting like it actually repairs flat. So we'll see. But this is what I wanted to get you guys to. The infamous funnel. This is what you need. If it's not at least this wide on the end, it won't go all the way in. You'll get like stuck right here. Click. But if it's a little bit wider, it hits like these tabs on the sides and lets it go all the way in. So that's the trick. Every Ford has one of these little funnels hidden somewhere in the car near the jacks. So I still don't see a jack anywhere under here. I don't know where it's at. I actually don't really care. I do and I don't. If I get a flat, I'll get towed. You know what I mean? That's why I pay for insurance with towing. But yeah, there's no spare, so I'm gonna have to call somebody anyway. But yeah, without this funnel, you can't put gas. If you run out of gas on the side of the road, you can't do anything without that funnel, or a funnel that's that size. So yeah, and this WeatherTech liner was great. Also, I wanted to quick story. I ran into a guy about a month and a half ago on one of our main roads, and he's got a Challenger. It's a white Challenger. Him and his buddy were in a car. So to make everything short, here's the short version. I ran into him like a month and a half ago. He wanted to run, he wanted to race. I shot him down. I was going to a buddy's house, and I'm more of a cars and coffee guy. I don't like beating on my car all the time. I do beat the shit out of this car, but not all the time, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm very protective of it. So I mostly drive it like an older man. I drive it like a guy my age. So anyway, this young guy pulls up. So then I see him again. Long story short, I see him again on a different road. So this time I'm like, yeah, let's do it, but let's go to a private road. Let's go somewhere, you know, where we don't have to worry about getting locked up over it. You know what I mean? So we go and we do it. We run twice. I took him down twice. I cannot believe it. I'm not going to get into specifics, but every time he tried to launch his car hard, he spun. And every time I would just take off normal, like I would be at like a red light. I would take off normal, and then I would nail it to the floor. And first and second gear in this car, it's a manual, go like that. I mean, it's quick. You really got to be on your toes. So I roll out. He jumps out ahead of me a little bit, but he's spinning. So I punch, I nail it. Wah! First gear, wah! So he kind of catches back up. By the time I get in second, wah! I run second out. I jump out ahead of him again in second. I got a quick wah! In the third gear. Sorry for the sound effects. But at the same time, he's boom, boom, boom. And I think his car did some funky thing where it like upshifted and then downshifted back down again because it was spinning. So we left out, and every time he was like right at my door, like boom, dead on my door like that. And I kept by the time I got in the third, I ran it out, and I got in the fourth. It was already over with. By the time I was getting in the fourth, I was already had by a car length. But first, second gear, he was right there at my door. So, long story short, we ran it back. He was all pissed off and frustrated because I guess he thought he was going to like be able to upload a video of, Challenger Gap's Mustang when a Mustang thinks he's fast. One of them stupid videos. But anyway, long story short, he wasn't able to do that. I took him down, no problem, with an MT82 manual, all stock Mustang 2017 GT. I think he had like it was either a 16 or an 18. I know it was an even number. But Scat Pack Challenger, so he had the full pull, other than like supercharger and all that. He didn't have no red cap. I'm not sitting here acting like I can beat every Challenger out there. I'm not. Or every Mustang out there. I'm not. But I will say this about the Gen 2 Mustang. Don't fucking sleep on it. It's one of the smoothest, well-balanced motors and powerful at the same time that I've ever been in. Let alone driven, but been in, period. So, yeah. Point of my whole story was the gas cap thing. Find your funnel, don't lose it. Make sure you know where it's at all times. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get anything in there. Don't run your gas low. Try to keep your tank filled up, especially if you don't drive the car a lot. If it's just a weekend car, keep a full tank of gas in there. That way there's no air in the tank. And yeah, that's it. It's getting ready to rain here, so I'm putting this car up. I'm planning on not driving it for the next 2-3 weeks. I'm gonna wait for the summer. When the weather gets nice, I'm gonna keep it as like a Friday, Saturday weekend car for me. And then I got the Juke, the Nissan over here, which is still going. And this is gonna be my back and forth daily, A to B. It's still going, man. And this car's a bit of a ripper too, man. It's like kind of like WRX fast. Don't sleep. But yeah, I got the GT. I wanted to put some of this stable in it. Just in case. I know like I'm gonna end up driving the car next week somewhere, but still I still want to have this stuff in the tank. I don't want water building up in there. And again, the trick is to they say the trick is to basically keep your gas tank full and keep a limited amount of air in your gas tank, because air is what turns it into water, what helps it create water. So yeah, I mean, watch a few videos. You guys will say, like they say, keep your if you're gonna put your car up for a while, keep your gas tank full, and then just dump a little bit of the stable in, and it'll keep the gas good for a whole year, even more. It claims 2 years, but I would never recommend that. But yeah, that's it, man. And as far as like the like, again, no offense to any Mopar guys or anybody out there like that. I'm not saying I can take down every Challenger out there or Charger. No, I can't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying on that day I got lucky. Or did I get lucky? I don't know. On that day, my car was the better car. On that road, at that time, at that temperature, my car was the better car. So, yeah. There she is, baby. Trying my hardest to take care of this thing. Yeah, it's getting ready to rain here. Let me button this thing up. I'll get back to you guys. I'll try to do a video next week if I can. See how it goes. Got a ton of doctor's appointments and physical therapy and all kind of crap I gotta do. So, yeah. Just a heads up on that. Like, be mindful that you need a special gas cap for that. All you Ford people probably already know. But, and I drive a Ford at work, but I didn't know that. And it's nice to know and know where all this stuff is. I watched a ton of videos over the weekend about it. So, and the best way to store your car So I went out and grabbed that stable stuff. That shit was like $5. And I mean, if I get like 4 or 5 uses out of it, that'll work out great. And I even dumped a little fuel injector cleaner, little Lucas in there too. But the other thing I want to get into is these WeatherTech liners are awesome, man. These things are great. This thing is great. I got them in the front too, on the, you know. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I've been just having a blast with this thing. I don't really drive it, but when I do, it's a blast. She's fun. And I'll end on that note. Take care. You guys have a good week.